Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. I'm trying to get the title to work. You have literally a 1 radius area where you can see me. Why? I walked past you, I assumed I had beaten you already. Then I walked past you again, and it seems like I haven't. I do need to heal up though, but there is a healing place within this, within Silphsco itself, which will be just before the actual rival battle. And the rival battle scares me because I would have, even though we actually battled a lot of trainers last episode, I kind of expected us to be a little bit higher level by the time we get to the actual rival battle. So now that we're getting closer to it, because now we have gotten the card key, so we just need to find the right door to go through, and that pretty much ends this part of the game. I don't like the fact that only like 3 levels have been gained over my entire team, or 4 levels at this point. It's the first time that Encore actually kind of annoyed me. Also, how do you outspeed me? You're a Slackhoff. Encore has priority. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Because you're literally a slow Pokemon and 10 levels lower. It's gotta have priority. I never really use Encore because, frankly, it's just not a good move. I can see it being some... Also, I was paralyzed, I suppose, so that does help. But I think after that I did outspeed it, so that's just... It goes to show you how damn slow Slackhoff is. Because if I outsped it, even if I'm 10 levels higher, if my speed is cut in half, that almost gave me as much experience as the Zapdos. Ludicolo is another real issue for my team though. I suppose Nala? But if it has... No. Maybe Nala? Definitely not Thor. Maybe Tien because it's powerful. Let's go into... It's either Tien or Nala. Or Oolong, actually. Not because Oolong is super effective against it, but just because Oolong is the one Pokemon that still has HP left. And I think a good Psybeam will do a number on this Ludicolo because I am 9 levels higher. That's pathetic. That really is pathetic. I don't want to make you feel bad, Oolong. Just kidding. I do want to make you feel bad, because you should feel bad. You're 9 levels higher. It's a stab move. And you need to use 3 of them to finish off this Ludicolo. You can't say, oh, but when I evolve I'll be better, because you're done evolving. At this rate, whenever I run into another Psychic type, we're gonna get rid of you. Because you're not doing your job very well. Very sorry to say, but you're just not. I don't know what I expected. I think there's one of every vitamin in this building. Thing is, I don't know where to go now. I have a little bit more direction. And at least teleporting around won't be as big of a deal because I can open doors, which will be nice. But I still have no clue where to go. It's just easier for me to go into a random direction and be right. It's pretty much what it comes down to at this point. And so far, it's kind of working out for me because I'm finding doors which haven't opened before, so... I also would really enjoy finding out what's in those 2 Pokeballs over there. Because that might be something good for me. 3 of them, actually! Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Something good's got to be in one of those, at least. Okay, this is actually pathetic. It's level 33. Never mind, it's not very pathetic. That might be the end of Nala. Damn. I didn't think you would have a move like... Okay. Oh, that was so not worth it. So not worth it. Do I have an awakening? I need to wake up Thor. I'm just going to assume that Thor can take one of those Aurora beams. Because if that was super effective against Nala, heal isn't going to be an issue. I just need Thor to wake up. Because the reason I'm not using Thor is because he's asleep. But he's asleep because I'm not using him. Which creates a never-ending circle. So if Thor can survive until he wakes up, which shouldn't be that long, and Sphere probably can't do too much damage to me, I'll be able to use Thor again. And Thor is actually a better Pokemon than you would give him credit for. Definitely, getting a Mega Evolution really helped in Generation 6. But even without that, Manectric can pull his own weight. So let's go and find out what those 3 items are and if they were worth potentially losing Nala. Carbos? Definitely not. Rare Candy? Definitely. Definitely worth it. And an Ultra Ball. The Carbos wasn't worth it. The other 2? I want to say they were. Because I like the fact that I have another Rare Candy. And I can always enjoy a good Ultra Ball. And there's yet another item in here. 3 other items in here. I'm so lucky. It's a full heal. It's a max revive. And an escape route, which I suppose is a thing. I'm not going to talk to anybody I don't need to talk to. Let's heal up before we go into another battle, because I can't deal with the stress. I really can't. I've got a couple of Pokemon that need healing, actually. Just Tien. The rest of my team can deal, I think. What do I have? I have 1 full heal, and I have 5 antidotes. It's not going to help you when you're paralyzed, an antidote. You see, I am once again lost. Oh, wait a second, we were here before. Yeah, the warpaths, that's what's doing it for me. Definitely, that's the issue here. Being warped around all over the place with these warpaths. I think it's because they aren't actually as interlinked as I would like to give them credit for. I think it's because they are within, like... That's useless TM. Within small interlinked loops. That it doesn't work, but maybe I'm just going crazy slowly but surely, and they are all interconnected, and if you just keep going through with them, you'll eventually end up where you need to be. But it certainly doesn't, and I haven't faced you before. Certainly doesn't seem that way, because even if there was some kind of visual indication, and maybe there is and I just still don't know about it, but even if there was some visual indication of where you would go, even a floor number, that would be enough. Or maybe, actually, even better. If the warpad had, in just little, it only has to be a couple of pixels. But little numbers on the top of the floor you're going to, and on the bottom of the floor you come from, with that warpad. That would be enough for me to actually think that this was kind of a cool puzzle, because you would need to figure out where do I need to go, and then you have to find the warpad within that area. And I'm just realizing that why am I even trying to use the warpads, because I've got a card key and I don't think you need the warpads anymore after that. Because you can literally open every door in the building, right? I mean, that's how this card key works. Maybe there's some places that are blocked off entirely by walls. I know there are, by the way. Because the rival battle is blocked off entirely by walls and it leads to the Giovanni battle, so you have to go through the rival battle. But that might be the only place that's actually 100% blocked off. I think you can just literally walk into the room that has that wall pad. Because that also has the healing pad. I think that's how it works. Anyway. I already faced you though, I know that much for sure. 2 more items. Let's see what they are. At least that's the interesting part of this episode. HP up. For some reason, even though I know all the other items I have found so far are just as valuable and do the exact same thing for the other stats, the HP up just makes me more excited for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because it increases your HP. And HP is a more visible stat than the others. You know, this warpad also led to another warpad before. The warpads change. That pisses me off. That actually pisses me off real bad. I don't like that. Not one bit. That's actually bad. That's real bad game design. Bulk up is actually probably the first useful thing we've gotten in here. Other than the card key itself. I'm going to assume that this is a necessary part to go through, because it's a room that's guarded by a rocket grunt and blocked off by 2 card key entrances. So that warpad has to lead to, if not story progression, at least a real good item. If it doesn't, well, I won't scream bad game design for that, even though it's kind of misleading and annoying game design. But there's so much bad games, and I know I said on the last episode that this episode was probably going to be less complaining. But did you really believe that? Because it was still going to be in Silvsco, and Silvsco is the actual bane of my existence. I'm very lucky that we're not running into very hard randomized Pokemon so far. We've had that... Let's switch out. I don't know what's the best action here actually to go into. I guess TN is a good idea. I don't know if Swineup is Ice type yet. I know we've had that Zapdos last episode. But other than that, I think we've been pretty good as far as... Well, you have an Ice type move. As far as randomization encounters go. And that's real good for me. It's happened, ladies and gentlemen. It has in fact happened. I got frozen. I just have to let it go. Just... Okay, I'm very sorry for that. I had to, okay? I just had to. So how does being frozen work? Other than making a literal $1 billion. Because will I just fall out naturally at some point? And if so, when? Is TN just gonna wake up in 10,000 years from now and be a trainerless Pokemon? TN defrosted, okay. I kinda like my idea of TN waking up in 10,000 years old at better. But that would mean that we wouldn't have TN for the rest of this playthrough, and that would be a shame, because I really want TN to evolve into that Machamp, and I, with my entire heart and soul, believe that'll happen at level 36. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna cry bad game design, but I am going to cry bad game design. Why? Why have this room? I mean, it's contextual storytelling, I suppose, in a certain way. But it's also misleading and confusing. We've not opened the doors here yet, so let's do that. By the end of this episode, I'll have battled every rocket grunt in this tower. And going into Silvsco, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew there was not going to be a single trainer, which I wouldn't have battled by the end of it. just because I knew I would have gotten lost. I was very aware that I was not going to fit this within one episode. So that is why I ended it with finding the card key last episode. And even so, this episode might run long because we're already about 20 minutes in, I think, or maybe closer to 15. I don't know. I'm recording them back to back, so my timer is at 50 minutes, but I don't know where the last episode ended. And we've not even faced our rival yet, let alone Giovanni. And I probably should switch out Nala, because Nala's getting a crap ton of experience. And there's gonna be a Psychic type out. What are the odds, by the way, that the two Pokemon on my team that are paralyzed are Nala and Simba? Huh. Go figure. You don't have anything other than Takedown and Confusion. Because you literally don't learn anything, I don't think, until you evolve. Other than that. I think it's literally... You only have Takedown as a Beldum, then you get Confusion as a Metang, and then you get actual moves as a Metagross. In this generation, at least. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think that's how it works. So, last episode we had a comment question of the day where I asked you guys to tell me what places you don't like and what places you always get lost in the Pokemon series. And after so much complaining in last episode and this episode and having a somewhat negative comment question there, I'm very interested today to learn what is your favorite location in the Pokemon series. My favorite location probably is the Distortion World because it's unique, it's different, it's weird. It's just weird. I like it. I love the upside down waterfall. Using waterfall and actually going down with it. And the whole where the camera moves with it, and my god, I think I actually did it. I think this is where I'm supposed to be. Hang on. That's the rival fight. Okay. That's the rival fight. Then this should be... in theory... the healing bads. Okay, I found the healing bads. Good. I can heal, I can fight my rival, I can fight Giovanni, and I'll be done with this. And we'll get back to the good parts of the game until we've beaten the 7th gym, and then we get back to the bad parts of the game. And then we get back to the 8th gym, and then we get to the Elite Four, and then we'll have finished the game, and I'll actually have won on Nuzlocke for a change. I don't win most my locks, I don't think. And there's a lot of room for this one to go wrong still. Don't get overly excited or disappointed that I'm going to win this, because even within this episode, there's 2 battles back to back which could very easily end me. One of the 2 Pokemon that are level 40 or 41 just has to be something that counters my entire team, or I don't have a counter for. And that's it. That's the end of the series. It just swipes my team at that point. Such as a Typhlosion, actually. Maybe Kabutops wouldn't have been a bad idea to bring. Maybe Kabutops would have been a good idea to bring, as a matter of fact. Because I have consistently in Silph Scar wanted rock types and now water types. Or a rock type, actually. So I'm kind of regretting here not bringing Kabutops, but I don't know who I would have not brought. Well, in retrospect, Oolong isn't doing a great job. Because it's just kind of not a good Pokemon, Grumpig. I'm very sorry, but it's just not. I don't know what Tira did on Smogon. But I'm going to guess Yu-Yu. I have no idea. It might even be... Is there anything lower than Yu-Yu? I haven't played in a while. Yeah, and you, never used. It might even be there, to be honest. I really don't know what tier it will be in, but it's not going to be in a high tier. It's going to be in a very low tier, because it's just not a good Pokemon. I'm very glad to have a Psychic type to counter fighting types and poison types we run into. Very happy about that. Not happy about the fact that it's just not that good of a Pokemon. Anyway, You know what? Ulam, prove me wrong. I dare you. Prove me wrong on these next two battles. When we run into a fighting type, when we run into a poison type, you're going to pull through and save the day. You, Oolong, the Grumpig. You are going to save our team. You're going to make sure that we can finish this lock, and you're going to make it to the Hall of Fame. Or you're gonna die in the next two battles. One or the other. It's probably the second. Rival Cheese would like to battle, sends out a Duskull to start with. That's something we can fairly easily deal with, but his first Pokemon is already level 37. So a bite should take care of that rather easily. Other than the fact that I get confused. We're off to a bad start. We're off to a real bad start. If I make it through this, if I win both this battle and the Giovanni battle, before the next episode, I will grind up to at least level 40 for my entire team, because I am scared. War Turtle shouldn't be an issue, I've got full. I don't know what level this War Turtle will be, but it's probably not going to be much higher than I thought. It's actually a lower level than I thought, even better. I like being a higher level than my opponent. Don't get used to that though, because we won't be for long. Paralysis. I mean, he's probably gonna use a potion at this point. No, not even. But he did. Wait a second. He got paralyzed before I used Quick Attack. So, did he use a priority move that's more priority than Quick Attack? Or also a priority move and then his speed outsped my priority? What? Or do status effects just take place before actual moves? Oh, Teddiursa, that's so cute. It's gonna die. I probably should have switched into Tien there. Because Tien has more powerful fighting type moves than Double Kick. And gets stabbed from it as well. So next time we get into a normal type, Tien. It's got to be Tien, not Nala. Nala's also getting close to level 40 at this point. Tien is still laying back there at level 35. I think real close to an evolution. If we can get Tien to evolve, that'll be a major power boost, and we need that. So going into another normal type, exactly what I wanted. Tien, it's your time to shine. Wipe the floor with this Jigglypuff. We're almost done. We only have his level 40 Pokemon left after this, which is the most scary on his team. Well, I don't know, but it's the most scary potentially. It could be a Magikarp, okay? That one it kills, which makes Tien level 36. I believe with my entire heart and soul that Tien will evolve after this battle. It's a Silcoon! It's a goddamn Silcoon. I worried so much. And it's a Silcoon. Okay, at least that's one free battle. It's gonna be a level 40 Silcoon. We're gonna be easily getting rid of this, obviously. And again, I do believe we literally can't lose to the Silcoon unless we make it use all its hardens. Okay, that was a thing. I really hope that we get him a champ now. We don't. It's gotta be level 40. It has to be level 40. If it's not level 40, I don't know. If it's not level 40, I'm going to assume it's level 55. Be the pseudo-legendary level. Well, I'm still gonna have to lead with Nala because Nala just has the best coverage. But we're not gonna get lucky twice. Giovanni isn't gonna have a Cascoon or something. You usually would give me a Lapras. But at Dojo, I get the choose between a Hitmonlee or a Hitmonchan, usually. I'm going to count all of this as one area. Well, no, because you actually get a splash screen when you go into Silph's Go, right? Okay, I'm going to check that. I'm going to accept this Pokemon. I'm going to check. If you get a splash screen with Silph's Go, I'm going to count this as a different area. Lapras. Sneasel. That's very interesting. I'm going to call this Sneasel Rayla. For anyone who's seen The Dragon Prince, I think it's spelled like that. I don't know. I love Rayla. I really do. If and only if it ends up not being the case that these are two different areas, I will choose. I will end up choosing. I'll just accept this one, and then I'll accept either Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee, depending on which one I want. And then I'll choose. But I think this will actually be a different area, so Rayla will be part of the team. Well, I don't think Rayla will be part of the team until something dies. I guess Bite? It's not doing a lot. Why did I think staying in was a good idea? Because I can take that remarkably well. Why doesn't Psy-Wave hit me super effectively? I'm looking this up. Because Psy-Wave. What is with Psy-Wave? Psy-Wave. Not Pay-Wave, Psy-Wave. Psy-Wave. Lunatone fainted, that's all nice. It doesn't have a set power, that's why it's not super effective probably. But how does it work if it doesn't have a set power? It's a damage dealing psychic type move introduced in Generation 1. Effects. Psy-Wave inflicts a random amount of damage varying between 1 damage and 1.5 times the user's level. That's stupid. That's just stupid. So now that we know that Tien isn't evolving at level 36, I kind of want Nala to be strong as possible to lead off against Giovanni. Because I'm very scared about what Giovanni has. So any dark or normal types at the moment are gonna be Nala. You also resist grass, so I have no choice whatsoever other than to stay in with Nala here. Because you literally resist one of his typings. Also, that critical hit, for a change, actually mattered. I think. Yeah. It's rare, I know. In this series we've had a lot of critical hits, but a critical hit that actually makes a difference? It feels weird to me, honestly, at this point. It feels foreign. It feels wrong. It feels good. Which is literally the opposite of wrong. I'm aware. I'm just talking nonsense. I'm just filling air until we get into the Giovanni battle. And can finally put the most stressful thing I'm going to do all week. Which is a little bit sad, to be honest, that this is the most stressful thing I'm going to be doing all week. Behind us. The Giovanni battle. The only battle left in Silph's Go. After that, we get to Master Ball and we can finally finish up this episode and the entire Silph's Go mini saga. 2 episodes long, it's a mini saga. The Giovanni battle, here we go. Starts off with a Wilma. The one thing Nala, well, not the one thing, there's a lot of things Nala can't actually counter, but we can definitely go into Thor here. And well, last episode I thought I was going to face a Wilma, but it ended up being a Walrein. Now we're actually facing a Wilma, so that's all nice for me. Wilma does have a lot of HP though. But not a lot of special defense, as it turns out. Are you going to use, you're not even going to use a, oh, but you have a lot of physical defense. Either that or quick attack is just that much worse of a move. But I think Wilma just has gigantic physical defense compared to special. Sunflora, Not gonna be an issue. It's gonna be easy. Sunflora is literally one of the worst Pokemon in existence. Because Sunkern literally is the worst Pokemon in existence. It only shares its lowest base stat total with, I think Wishy-Washy it's called? The fish Pokemon that can school together. In its singular form it has the same base stat totals as Sunkern, but it can group together into a much more powerful Pokemon, which Sunkern obviously cannot do. Another critical hit which actually mattered. The gods are on my side today. Okay, Graveler. We can go into Rex. We're doing well so far. We're doing very well so far. We haven't faced his level 40 Pokemon yet, but after this he only got one Pokemon left, which is his level 40 Pokemon. Potentially the most scary, but it could be a Cascoon. We face a Silicone. If this is a Cascoon, it would only make sense. It's a level 41 Pokemon, by the way, not a level 40. Tropius. Wouldn't I like that Sneasel right about now? Let me think. Tien, out of the question. Rex? Potentially. Thor? Probably not. Simba? Potentially. Nala? Probably not. I'm gonna stay in with Rex. Because Amber isn't gonna do a lot and I'm just gonna have to power through it. Especially since it's level 41, and I think Takedown will do quite a lot of damage. Sometimes we think wrong. Okay? Sometimes we think wrong. This is super effective and could poison. So I think Poison Sting might actually not be a bad idea. It's pathetically super effective. That's gonna be neutral damage against Nala. I think Nala is the best to absorb a Solar Beam here. I think. I just want to poison you. How much does Solar Beam do? About half HP. I can live another one if I need to. Either that or min-max damage is going to be a bitch. Okay, you're poisoned. I won this battle. There's nothing you can do at this point other than have a full restore, but I don't think you will have a full restore. And I keep forgetting that I actually have heal items. So, use a super potion. I keep forgetting that I have those. I can't believe we actually made it through the entirety of Silph without losing. I can still get crits. I probably shouldn't have said that so early. Without losing any Pokemon. Come on. Don't jinx yourself. Don't kill me here. That was way too close for comfort. If that was a crit, Nala would have been done for. So I am going to rethink my team a little bit, because I either need rock or ice on my team. I want to say. You're going to give me the Master Ball. And I'm going to do that live right now, real quick. So I will be grinding a little bit again between episodes, especially since I'm going to switch out the team a little bit, because it doesn't work as well as I assumed that it would. So either Reaper or Rayla is joining the team. Let's just look at the moves. It's the best thing to do, I think. I will also have a water type if I keep Reaper on the team. You have Scratch, Harden, Absorb and Leer. Not a particularly good moveset. Then again, Taunt, Quick Attack, Screech and Feint Attack are not good moves either. So I suppose Oak is a possibility. Let me think. Because poison types are actually still an issue for us. So maybe Oolong isn't a bad idea to keep around. I'm gonna keep the team as it is. I have faith that given a couple more levels, we'll get a couple new moves and we'll be good. Until then, though, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have, because It's been quite a journey. Next time we're gonna go into the dojo, or the fighting type gym, as they like to refer it to. Beat up a couple of trainers there and get ourselves yet another Pokemon. And then in the next episode, I probably also will be facing the next gym. I'll look up what levels the Saffron gym has and grind my team up to the appropriate level. And now that we're here, actually, let's see. Silphscar does have a splash screen, so Sneasel is staying on the team. I'll see you all next time. Discord link down below. Keep up to date with news and updates and live streams and stuff. You know what to do. Bye.